Hi my friends, it's Bella. Welcome to Beauty on a Budget and another lockdown Friday. So the weekend's coming up, but to be honest, it's all much of a much at the moment, isn't it? We don't know what day it is. I think I've been doing things to sort of fill gaps and entertain ourselves, I guess. Last week I did the year I was born, and the fashions and the things that were out at that time and the popular, and I really enjoyed doing that. So I thought I'd share with you some of the things going back to yesteryear that I used to wear, and I thought it was the bee's knees. Now, I know lots of you are going to have this as well. Lots of you are going to recognise these things. If you're not quite so old, you may not recognise these things. But I'm sure most of you at some time will remember seeing these things. I think when I was about 15, I suppose I've been wearing makeup since I was about 14. Not to the extent I do now, but I guess I've been wearing makeup since I was about 14. I think the first big fashion thing that I took to was hot pants. Hot pants came out, they called it the swinging 60s, which I didn't really live through. I was 15 in 1970, so that I was still too young to hit that kind of swinging 60s thing. But the beginning of the 70s, hot pants were very, very fashionable, very fashionable. End of the 60s, beginning of the 70s, and I absolutely loved them. They were more than shorts. They were a real sort of, now we would wear shorts maybe casual with the casual thing, but you could wear a whole evening's outfit with hot pants. It was I put a little photo up here for none of you know what hot pants is. I'm sure you do, but I really liked them at the time. And my favourite way to wear hot pants was I used to wear the hot pants, and then you had a dress to match. A mini dress to match, and the dress was split from the waist down, so it opened to see the hot pants, and then kinky boots. And I had white dress with purple flowers all over it and purple suede kinky boots, and and I thought I was the bee's knees. So, who remembers who wore these shoes with platforms like this? And hold your hands up if you can honestly say you could run in them. Because I couldn't. Everybody wore them. It was this was such a big fashion thing in the 70s, these particular kind of shoes. This type you would have worn with flared trousers, big flared trousers. Otherwise you would have worn sort of a court looking shoe or a slingback shoe, and it would have that same kind of platform on it if you were wearing a dress. That's how I used to do it. But this type of thing you used to wear with trousers. I would have worn with trousers. I had a couple of suits, and they were quite like a man suit, fitted for a woman, and the flares, and fitted for a woman's body. But it was like a man suit, but very tailored to a woman. So I would wear those, and with the blouse, and when I look back, what was I thinking? But at the time, we so loved it. The 70s was funny for fashion, really. It was funny, but we loved it. Now, the biggest thing for me in the 70s, late 70s, was without doubt Olivia Newton-John trousers, which is what they were called over here. We all called them Olivia Newton-John trousers. We all know, don't we, where they come from Greece, from the inn. You're the one that I want, yeah, the black type trousers. We all had them. I had them in every colour imaginable. I wish I had photographs, but I don't. I don't have any photographs of this time anymore. But I had lots and lots of these. The midnight blue ones were popular, but the black, of course, because of Olivia, and you're the one that I want. We all had them, and I loved them. I really loved that fashion. Of course, I had a bit of a better body to take it at the time. Olivia done an interview a little while ago, some time ago. I'm not sure, saw it on YouTube, and she can still get in those pants. But yeah, I loved the film. I loved the film. It was iconic, and they were kind of iconic fashion, weren't they, those trousers? Did any of you wear them? Do any of you remember those? So, beginning of the 80s, in the 70s, beginning of 80s, the catsuit was very popular. And the very feminine catsuit was very popular. I had one that was navy blue crepe, and then the shawl that went round, very similar to the one I'll put in this picture here. But the shawl that went round mine was navy blue voile. It was a halter neck, all crepe, and then the shawl was attached and it went round navy blue voile. I loved that. I loved that outfit. I loved that. It was really feminine, and it was a change from kind of the boxy kind of masculine look that some of us were wearing then. Yeah, I really liked those suits, and of course you can adapt those now. I mean, there's obviously not the same cuts, but there's still that type of thing around now where you've got the trousers, you've got the catsuit, but it's still really, really feminine, and I really loved that. Okay, now we're definitely in the beginning of the 80s, and everyone who was around in the beginning of the 80s remembers these. Why, oh why? Because we didn't wear them to keep our legs warm, did we? They were leg warmers, but we didn't wear them to keep our legs warm, because we'd go out with trousers on, like Olivia Newton-John's type of trousers, high heels, stiletto heel, and then these blooming things at the ends of our legs. What were we thinking? But at the time, I can remember I had black trousers, not quite the silky ones that I wore with this as Olivia's ones. I had black shoes, black stilettos, and then I had a pink jumper, really shocking pink, big cow, loose cow neck, long jumper, and then I had the leg warmers to match the jumper. Oh, and I'd wear big pink earrings, which I still wear now. You know what I'm like for my earrings. And big pink earrings and hair, and oh, I was the bee's knees. Okay, what about the big floaty blouses? Who likes the big floaty blouses? The romantic era, they called it, didn't they? I loved it. I loved it, and I had them. I had those blouses, but I had to be careful in the sense that I'm only 5'1" on a good day with my shoes on. So if I want, I'll put an example up here for you what I mean. But I'm sure you all know the type of thing I mean. If I wore one of these, being so short, I would end up looking like a parachute. So it never flattered me being so short, and I was quite small at the time, and they never really flattered me. However, we never saw that back then as not flattering us. All our friends wore those sort of things. I could wear very, very high heels, so it would give my legs the length to wear them. And I did love them. I did love that whole romantic era. But it wasn't the sort of thing that really suited me the best. I don't think it flattered me very much, but certainly they were a big hit. And last, but by no means least, America sent us Dallas and Dynasty and the shoulder pads. And we always wanted coats and jackets to look like Crystal Carrington and Alexis Carrington, and that was it, wasn't it? The shoulder pads just took everything over, whether it be in a blouse or a dress or anything that had shoulders in we'd want the shoulder pads. They really took over, and it was because of Dynasty, particularly Dynasty, I would say, that really made that fashion really popular. But they became so big, so wide. I mean, I'll put a for instance up here for you. Do you remember those when they was, and again, where I'm really tiny, I'm very little, it was ridiculous, you know, to have the pads out here. So I did used to wear shoulder pads, I did. And I think if you've got a structured dress on, if you've got something structured and you've got a little pad there, I honestly think, even now, I'm talking about a small little pad there, I think it can help the structure of the dress, the look, the way it hangs. But I'm talking about shoulder pads that sort of come out twice the size of your shoulders. And I never liked those at all. I didn't like those at all. But at the time, you know, I'm looking back and thinking, no, I never liked those. I didn't like those, but I still had some coats that had those. Maybe not quite as much as that, but I still had coats that had those shoulder pads. Because yeah, everybody had it. Everybody had it. But certainly, I'd say the 80s in for me, as far as clothes and makeup and hair, I think the American very popular shows, Dynasty and Knots Landing and Dallas and all those, I think they really give us that they brought that era about. I really think they did. I think they had a big influence over fashion and fashion. Okay guys, so I like doing those kind of videos, looking back and, you know, remembering and how things are at the moment. Well, we've got sort of the time we've got at the moment. I think it's nice to do something, isn't it? And I'm trying to fill my time as best as I can. And looking back, I opened a magazine last night. I was looking through and I thought, and something came up with the hot pants and I thought, oh my goodness, I remember. So I thought, I know, I'll make my ladies a video of all the things that I remember. So if there's anything you remember, please tell me about it and share it with the rest of us, because sometimes those memories are nice, aren't they? And they can give us a giggle. Now, Friday. So it's Friendship Friday. I will say again very quickly, this is something that I got the idea from Samantha Jow. I wanted to keep it going for her as well. And it's just a friend, a subscriber, a friend, once a week, one subscriber to give a shout out to. But it's so important, and I know I'm going to say this every week, that this doesn't mean that anybody's any more special or, you know, or I'm picking anybody in particular. It's just someone that comes to mind that week, and just to thank them. But I'm thanking the whole of you, my whole little group, because you're just all the best. You are just all the best. But today, in particular, I would like to thank my lovely friend Angela Lomax. Angela, you've been so supportive to me all the way through for a long time on my channel, and I know you've done the same to other channels too. I know that you are not in the best of health. I know that. I know sometimes it's got to be pretty hard for you to take the time to just show us how much you appreciate us and the things that you say and the encouragement that you give us, because sometimes these things are hard to do, you know, to what should I do, and you know, do my ladies like this? And it's ladies such as yourself, Andrea, that have kept me going, that I can go day after day and, you know, year after year, and it's just really encouraging. And knowing that you're not in the best of health, but you're a cracking person. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for every bit of encouragement you've given me. And I hope in some small way I've been able to encourage you too. Thank you, Angela. So that's the end of my video today. Now, you've all been a lot of you have asked me about my hair. So I'm going to do a hair tutorial. Probably this weekend I'll do as much hair tutorials as I can. This is just an updo that's just literally a ponytail. So I've got the curls at the end. And I've got my hair swept to one side because my hair is desperate to be done. As you can see, the roots. So I'm going to do the dyeing this afternoon and colour it this afternoon, and then I'll show you the styles and how I do it in my sock videos and everything else. So I'll do that in the next 24 hours and get that up for you. So you take care of yourselves. Have the best possible day you can have. Keep your chin up as much as you possibly can and stay indoors, be healthy, be well. It will eventually end, and we all want to be here to see that, don't we? So you take care, my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.